Looking to set the mood? Then don't watch any of these films. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 seemingly romantic movies you shouldn't watch on a date. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at movies that, at a glance, might seem as if they'll be romantic in nature, but upon a full viewing, will suck the romance right out of the room. The initial misconception can stem from trailers, the premise, the cast, the poster, or some combination of them all. Number 10. The Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn, Part 1.
No measure of time with you will be long enough. Let's start with forever.
Though described as a romantic fantasy, the fourth film in the Twilight franchise will leave you feeling empty, and that's not a comment on the film's quality.
Last night was the best night of my existence.
Young adult readers ate up Bella and Edward's love story, but the penultimate film is about as romantic as a cesarean performed by a vampire with his teeth, which is basically what happens in this movie. Seriously, it's nauseating just talking about it, let alone watching the thankfully blurry footage. Outside of the fact that Bella and Edward's relationship is kind of creepy when you stop and think about it, the unexpected pregnancy subplot is just uncomfortable to sit through, especially while on a date. Number 9. Gigli. Yes, it's considered one of the worst films ever made, but surely, judged against its fellow rom-coms, it's just a cringier than usual flick.
It's turkey time.
Huh?
Gobble, gobble.
You'd think so, but you'd be wrong. You see, director Martin Brest intended this as a dark tale. It was even supposed to end with the murder of Ben Affleck's character.
Is suckmydick.com.
But looking to make the most of Affleck and JLo's media frenzy of a romance, the studio reportedly forced the filmmaker to reshape the film into a rom-com, cutting 40 minutes of footage and changing the ending.
Are you driving or are you bullshit?
I'm driving.
The end result is a confusing film that still bears some unnerving vestiges of what it could and should have been. Number 8. Rachel Getting Married.
We are gathered here to celebrate love, pure and simple.
With a title like that, surely this one is perfect for date night. You've got a girl named Rachel and she's getting married. What could go wrong? Especially with Anne Hathaway from The Princess Diaries and Ella Enchanted in the starring role. Which we can only assume means that she's Rachel. Wrong. It's not the lighthearted rom-com you'd expect from the title. Anne Hathaway isn't Rachel. She's Kim, Rachel's recovering drug addict sister. And while the trailer may have given the impression that you were in for an edgy indie rom-com, the actual film, while critically acclaimed, is a difficult exploration of self-destruction, jealousy, and familial resentment.
I love you guys. I need you guys, but you don't get to sit around for the rest of my life deciding what I'm supposed to be like. I mean, you weren't there.
So yeah, not The Princess Diaries 3. Number 7. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Oh, you're going bald.
So are you.
With Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton in the starring roles, you'd be forgiven for thinking that you were in for the steamy romance of Cleopatra and Mark Antony Part 2. But you'd be sorely mistaken. A younger couple is invited over for drinks to a middle-aged couple's home after a party. The setup is unremarkable, but seems ripe for hijinks, and maybe even some romantic tension. Sure, it might get tense, but hopefully it'll be sexy. In reality, however, this award-winning film, adapted from a play by the same name, is a depressing look behind the curtain into the lives of these two couples, their toxic relationships, and deeply troubled personal lives.
But I am not a monster! I'm not!
You're a spoiled, self-indulgent, willful, dirty-minded, liquor-ridden...
Snap. It went snap.
Number 6. Bitter Moon. Honestly, the title should have served as your first red flag. But, like in the previous film, the setup is admittedly misleading. Two couples meet on a Mediterranean cruise. Then there's the poster, which, quite frankly, with its overtly sexual imagery and provocative tagline, "A kinky voyage with a full head of steam," looks like softcore porn. Erotic though this thriller might be, it isn't going to leave anyone in the mood for love or sex.
You can have her, Nigel. With my blessings, on one condition. You hear me out.
In fact, it's more likely to leave a viewer with a profound distrust for the intentions of others, particularly as they relate to romance, sex, and partnership. It's a game of deception, manipulation, and harrowing repercussions. Number 5. All About Steve. At the foundation of any good romantic or sexual relationship are two simple things: trust and communication. The relationship at the center of All About Steve, between Steve and Mary, has neither, because they only ever go on one date before Mary starts liking Steve. Though it may seem like a slightly off-the-mark romantic comedy, it fails to be romantic or funny. A tone-deaf film that handles obsession, mental health, personal boundaries, and stalking with zero tact or good taste, it will leave your partner second-guessing you for having selected it.
I know, I'm a guy, okay? We say things we don't mean.
Well then, how do I know you mean what you're saying now?
Number 4. The Graduate.
Hello.
Hello.
This movie has got it all. A killer soundtrack, a steamy affair, a big dramatic pronouncement of love, and best of all, a happy ending that sees the young couple reunited. Surely this is the perfect pick for a romantic night in. Well, yeah, so long as you can get over the whole he slept with her mom thing, but look past that and it's totally romantic. Then again, there's something a little off about that final shot of the seemingly happy couple, isn't there? As the excitement wears off, they're left to contemplate what they've done and the repercussions of their choices. It's an iconic scene for good reason.
Within the sound of silence.
Number 3. Blue Valentine.
What's your name?
Go away.
Go away?
Go away.
That's a weird name.
Considering it starred heartthrob Ryan Gosling alongside the beautiful and talented Michelle Williams, and you know, the fact that it was titled Blue Valentine, a lot of people went into this movie assuming that they were in for a dramatic romance film, kind of like The Notebook, but with a more contemporary setting.
You always hurt the ones you love.
What we got instead was utterly devastating. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever thought to yourself, this is going to last forever? Blue Valentine takes an emotional hatchet to ideas of marital bliss and the potential for happiness within love. Forget ruining date night. It might just end your relationship with the questions it forces you to ask yourself.
You said for better or worse. You said that.
Number 2, Revolutionary Road.
So what do you do?
I'm studying to be an actress.
It was the moment we'd all been waiting for all these years. Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet back together. Jack and Rose forever. After stealing the hearts of cinema goers around the world in Titanic, these two made us all wait over a decade before locking lips on the big screen again. But it was going to be worth the wait. Heck, they even brought Kathy Bates along for the ride again. Well, filmmaker Sam Mendes taught us all a harsh lesson in expectation management. This bleak film was about failure. Failure to follow dreams, the failure of a marriage, and the failure to escape the trappings of life's inevitable trajectory.
I hate you. You were just some boy who made me laugh at a party once, and now I loathe the sight of you.
Number 1, the talented Mr. Ripley.
We were at Princeton together.
Okay. Did we know each other?
Hello. Well, I knew you, so I suppose you must have known me.
Matt Damon, Gwyneth Paltrow, Cate Blanchett, and Jude Law together in the late 90s? This had romance written all over it. The theatrical poster similarly screamed love triangle.
It's a good thing we're not getting married soon. We'd have to invite Tom on our honeymoon.
And yes, Matt Damon's Tom Ripley does indeed engage in romantic relationships throughout the film. But unfortunately, each one is more problematic and manipulative than the last. You see, in case you're unfamiliar with the film, his character has a knack for forgery and impersonation, and has a desperate desire for a better life, a thirst for acceptance, and a willingness to kill to get what he wants.
I feel like I've been handed a new life.
If you're looking to undermine your ability to trust people you think you know, look no further than this film for inspiration.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.